By the end of today's episode, you'll know all about Eyeline and how to make sure that your eyeline isn't ruining your chances of booking the role. Welcome to the Actor's Career Compass, where we help aspiring screen actors find high-quality auditions, sign with great agents, and book major roles in legit productions. I'm your host, Martin Benson, and today we're going to be discussing how to make sure that your eyeline, or where you're looking, increases your chances of booking the role rather than decreasing it. I'll be discussing where to set your eyeline for natural, engaging performances, how to vary your focus to reflect emotions and add layers to the scene, and how to avoid common eyeline mistakes like staring in one spot or getting the audience to wonder, what is that actor looking at? So, ready to dive in? Eyeline is critical. So recently, I was working with an actor and I watched a scene that he did, and he told me that he was super proud of it, but he said that his manager hated it and told him that he should prepare harder next time. He said to me, "What did I do wrong? I don't understand." So I asked him to give me a little bit of context on the scene, and he said that he was supposed to be dealing with a terrible loss of a loved one, and so he decided to be looking down a lot and not completely engaging with the character that he was supposed to be talking to, kind of like just super depressed and sad. And I said, "Oh, okay, that sounds cool. Let me watch it." So he sends me the scene, and I watch it, and within 5 seconds, I knew exactly what the problem was. You know what it was? The way the camera framed him, it didn't look like he was just looking down. It looked like he was staring at the script the whole time. He wasn't even holding the script in his hands, he told me. But because of the frame of the camera, I couldn't see that, and I just assumed that he was holding the script. This is why eyeline is so important. You need to make sure that the audience isn't going to be thrown off by something weird about where you're looking. So here's some general instructions. Number 1, I recommend that you place your reader, the character that you're talking to, just off camera at about eye level, about 30 degrees to either the left or the right of the camera. You don't want to be looking directly at the camera unless that's required or for some reason you have to. The reason for this is that looking straight into the camera can feel weird and make it hard for people to judge your acting. And if you look too far away, meaning more than 30 degrees to either side, it's going to be harder to see your face. Now, here's a few eyeline tips. Number 1 is don't stare at one spot, okay? So looking at the same place the entire time can make your acting feel really stiff. You should feel free to move your eyes depending on what your character feels, right? So you can look at the scene partner sometimes, but then also glance at other spots, like when you're thinking, right? Like for instance, if you're feeling really angry, you might look down for a minute and then finally back up directly at the person to make a strong point. You want it to look like what we do in real life, and that's how people act. They don't look the entire time at the other person's eyes. It's just kind of creepy, right? Another thing is don't let your eyes keep coming back to the same spot unless there's supposed to be a person there. So if you keep looking up at the same place or the same exact thing, the viewer might start to get distracted and think that the script is there or something else. They might just start wondering, like, what is this actor looking at? And it'll distract them. And they're going to start thinking, what's over there? Or who is the actor really talking to? Is the actor not talking to the other person in the scene? Are they talking to someone else who's where they keep on looking at? And the second that they start thinking about all these things, they're not paying attention to your performance anymore. Finally, you want to watch your performance to be sure that it doesn't look off, okay? So ask yourself, if someone who didn't know what you were supposed to be looking at was watching this, what might they think? And if you're not sure, just show the recording to a friend and ask if anything about where you're looking seems weird or distracting. Simple things like eyeline can be the distracting element that causes you to not get a callback or a booking. So make sure it doesn't happen to you. All right, thanks for listening. Now, if you want to dive even deeper specifically on acting and performance, I actually recommend checking out my podcast called How to Know If Your Acting is Really Good Enough to Book Major Auditions. It's episode number 84. You're going to learn all about what is most important when it comes to self-tapes and auditions. Again, specifically about the performance side. Okay, so check it out. It's episode number 84, How to Know If Your Acting is Really Good Enough to Book Major Auditions. It can be found on the Actor's Career Compass. Finally, if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, you can learn more about how that works on my website, martinbenson.com. I'd love to speak with you, and we'll see if you'd be a good fit for the coaching program. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon.